Amazon Live world. Thank you for joining me today. I am Teri Edmonds, and we are in my workshop called If the Shoe Fits in Maui, Hawaii. And I am here today. This is the fourth part of our 5-part shoe stretching series. Today's video is going to be about stretching length on a shoe. I get this question a lot. So let me go over some of the items. These are the same basic tools that I recommend for all of your shoe stretching questions. It undoubtedly never changes. A little bit about me though first is that I am a cobbler, I am a shoemaker, and I've been in the shoe business for over 20 years, and I specialize in people with problem feet. That's what I'm most known for. They call me the shoe lady. I love it though, because I get to help people. I also have a YouTube channel, Teri Edmonds, where I have a whole bunch of DIY videos. So if you don't get all your questions answered here, you could always check out my YouTube channel. So the first one we did was the basics. The last video we did was bunions. We also did the width. Today we're doing the length. So the basic tools that I use in my workshop is this length and width stretcher, and we're going to be using this today. I'm really excited to see that it has been made accessible to the world for a very affordable price. I'm going to buy a new one, and there's a tall version that does boots, because you actually have to have this much length, and so the tall one is really fantastic. So I'm very affordable. I'm always on a budget. I like to watch where I spend my money, so it's worth it to me. I'm gonna get one. Anyway, but this one's done really well. It's no electric parts. It's, well, you keep it greased and it runs forever. One of the other items that you'll see listed in the products down below is a pair of these shoe stretchers. These are really nice because they have these little holes in there, and every pair of stretchers on the list that you see down below comes with these little dots, and those go right, anywhere on the shoe that you're trying to make a special modification, which applies today when we're doing hammer toes. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do that, or that'll be our next video. And then there's also this great ring and ball device. I love it. It's so awesome. And I did one on bunions. So if you want to know more about this device, you can pick up one of these and watch that video. It'll go through the usage for you. This one here is also fantastic. This is for the also hammer toes, bunions. It does a lot of cool stuff. Basically, you can put it inside a shoe and hold it into place. Anyway, just some cool stuff. We'll go over this when I cover hammer toes. And then we also have our really nice metal-handled, wood-formed shoe stretchers. This one, they come in all different shapes. This one is a boot stretcher, so it goes this whole way. And it also happens to be an instep stretcher. This is where it raises and lowers by the twist of the handle. So if you're having trouble getting into your boots, you can try this first. And then also zippers. You can always add a zipper to the inside of the boot if you need. And I covered that in... well, I did cover that in the basics if you want to know more about that. Maybe today I'll cover a little bit of that for you as well. And then these also come in the width-wise. And they also come short or tall. So you have a couple of different options. If you have a boot that's even this high, here, well, they're all tied together. But let's take a look at this. So this boot is about up to here. I would not want to use this one because it presses down on here. This will push down here. I would want to use this one, something more like this, because it comes in here and it does this, there we go. And see, it has this knuckle, so it really allows, or an elbow. So that's what you want to use for anything like that. So you want to keep that in mind when you're buying yourself a set. Listed down below in the shopping cart are the pink ones. Those are super cute, and I think if you're doing your, you know, dressy shoes, that would be great. Also, they're good for boots. And then I also put in there a little higher end metal one, which is nice and long. And you can also do short boots with them. You know, once you get the long one, it kind of covers everything. So maybe I'd go with that if you really want to upgrade your collection. So with any of these projects that I do, I always use some shoe stretch. Most everything, if they're coming to you to have their shoes stretched, it's because it probably needs, like I ask customers, do you want it on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the most, how much do you want it stretched? And they'll say, oh, maybe a medium. This girl happened to be a 5, so I really stretched it, and I went ahead and put my shoe stretch with some water in a spray bottle and spritzed the shoe like that, okay? And it makes a difference. So that's something that I would have in your repertoire for sure. And I think that's it. So let's go ahead and go into some length. I'm going to do that for this boot right here. So we'll move this one to the side. If you watched my last video, I was working on stretching this shoe, and it's really neat to be able to see how much of a stretch it's getting right here and right here. I mean, this shoe is a very narrow shoe. So I'm going to walk you through this one as well. We're doing the length today. So I'm just taking this out. I love these old shoe stretchers because they're so durable. You know, you get the wooden ones with the metal bars. They're great. Then there's this one here, which is also a wooden one with a metal bar. And, you know, it's okay. Like if I were, and it does some length here too. So if I did a lot of shoes though, I think I'd upgrade to something a little more like this. This is probably like a 1/2 inch handle on here, and this one's, you know, more like 1/4 inch. So if you want something really durable. Anyway, so this is really great, but this does the length as well, and it's okay. It's okay. It's also, this is probably a little bit better for keeping the shape of a shoe. It's nice because it holds the heel in place, and so you can get in here. This, you can adjust it by spinning it here. Yeah, like that. It goes up and down, and that can kind of hold into the shoe, and then you open the front like this. And if I were a person that had a bunion problem, you know, like right here maybe, I'd put one of those in. If I had a hammer toe problem, I'd probably put it here. Some people have a pinky toe issue, and so you can put it there. Really great. I love that it has so many different spots to make adjustments on it. And as you'll notice, in all of the shoe forms, they all have that, you know. I think that tells you that people have foot problems. So if you're one of those people, don't be ashamed, you know. I feel for you. I get your problem. All right, so this is a nice one too. This is the men's size. It's a little bit bigger. And we're going to use the ladies today, though. So I love this machine. This is really great. And this machine comes with these two. And it comes with these two. It also comes with some of the dots. I think you get, I don't recall off the top of my head, but I think there's like 6 of them. So I'll scoot this to the side. We're going to work on these boots. So this client has these wonderful hiking boots that she bought from me. It's from the Danner brand. And they're just a little bit tight in the toes. So what I'm going to do is use this lady set. This also comes with these little metal hooks. These can get lost, so be sure to hold on to them because they actually hold these pieces together here. See that? You need to have them on there before you get started. So let's put this back in here. And we'll go to here. We're working on the left shoe first. And I think I'm going to go ahead and give her a little bit of extra room. Maybe, I think I'm going to give her a little bit of extra room right on the side here. So I'm going to go ahead and put one of these little dots right inside that hole there. Fits perfectly. Let me see if this one fits better. Okay. And I'm going to put it on top of this. Okay. And then this goes right on the back like that. And what we want to do is bring this all the way up. You want to bring these little posts are going to go this way at first. Okay? And what that's doing is, see, it's making this come forward. Okay? Now, I'll put her shoe on. Just like that. There we go. Now, first thing I want to do is I want to move this back piece back, and it's going to hold that shoe tighter for me, and it's going to take this and push it forward into the front of the shoe. If you do it without this back piece and you're just using a plain one of these, sometimes when you open them, they push back. So this makes it stay up front. And I don't want to overstretch the shoe in length, even though I know she's wearing some thicker socks. I'm just trying to force that piece up there. So let's see. Thanks you guys for joining me. I love having you watching, and I know that you guys, some people out there really have issues with their feet. So I'm glad that you're reaching out. I will have a chat line set up for us at some point so we can talk to each other and I can get your questions directly. One of the questions I get asked is how much length can a person get from a shoe? And this one, it's all leather. It does have a Gore-Tex lining on the inside, which will keep it from stretching too much. But we can probably get a good 1/4 of an inch in toe space up front here for her. And I find that a 1/4 of an inch is almost a 1/2 of a size, believe it or not. So let's see, we've got that. It's right there. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this one, and as I crank it, it's going to make it open. Okay? So, go. One thing I like about this, other than the awesome price that it's offered at right now, is that you can do a pair at a time. Some of the shoe stretchers that you get are just one, and then you've got to switch it from shoe to shoe. And I leave mine on overnight because you really want to let it have a chance to stretch the leather. And if I'm going to spray it, I want the spray to dry. I want the whole shoe to dry in that form, and it will. So I'm really going to see if you guys can see it. I'm really opening up this side out here for her, which is nice, giving her some toe room, and it's right up front, just where she needs it. Let's do that to make it a little tighter. Very good. I know that this boot is waterproof because I sold it to her, but this won't hurt at all. So this is great. Doesn't hurt the Gore-Tex lining inside. It doesn't hurt the leather. I mean, this boot is waterproof. It's made to be in the rain and things like that. So this will kind of allow it to soak in that top layer of leather, and that will give a little bit. So I'm going to do the second one. And again, the ladies. And we'll put a little toe piece on it. This set is so awesome that to have it offered to the general public right now is such a cool thing, man. I wish I would have had this opportunity years ago when I first got the business, because I get asked to stretch boots a lot, and I really thought that the tall one had been offered at, it was expensive. But now I can afford it, and getting a nice boot stretcher would be great. I haven't seen one that does the instep. That'd be awesome. If somebody ever has seen that, shoot me a comment. Okay, so we're in there. Voila. And now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to tighten it up. So when I get my chat, I want to know where you guys are from. You know, where in the state, where in the country are you guys? I'm on Maui, as I said, and I'm the only shoe cobbler out here. I have this awesome shoe store, and I make my own shoes. I help people with large feet. I designed shoes, and mine for ladies went up to size 16. And because I know there are a lot of girls that have big feet and they can't find anything cute. So let's go ahead, and I think I'll do it this way. So now it's tight. Okay, I can feel the tip of the toe inside here. And now for the second step, I'm going to go ahead and make this open up by turning this. And it measures it right here as I looser or tighter. This is great. Durability wise, this thing will last you forever. I mean, I think I got this with my business, and I believe it's at least 60 years old. I bought a family run business, and so I got all their stuff and just kind of refurbished things, tried to take care of it, and it lasts. So there we go. And we'll go ahead and spritz again. And in my little concoction here, it's 1 part shoe stretch and 9 parts water. Wow. So easy. Okay, super. I really love that one. That's great. Now, I thought that I'd go ahead. I showed you these guys, which was really great. I'll let her pick these up soon. These were the part leather and part synthetic. And my second option, if this would not have stretched enough, was to apply a heat gun to it. But it stretched really nicely. It's still holding its shape. It's great. It's just right. So I've never seen shoelaces with these cute little gold tabs on it. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me grab another one for us. So I picked this one because I thought it was a good one for us all to walk through together. This is a beautiful brand new Aldo. And this is all a synthetic. It's an Aldo, and it's a synthetic. And inside of these straps are little ropes. So the synthetic will probably stretch, but the ropes, our chances are medium. I'd say at a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being how much it'll stretch, it might stretch at 2. But I let the client know that, and then let's just give it a try and see what we can get out of it. See how I mentioned these Instep Stretchers. They come in different sizes and different shapes. I, of course, wanted one that had this angle to it versus, you can really tell what you need. And then again, as I've mentioned before, these come in different sizes. This just comes in the 2, the women's and the men's. This comes in different sizes, and it'll tell you on the Amazon description what size you need for your foot. So this is so easy. Look at that. And I got the right one to fit. So just gonna wedge this in there. I guess my thing is try to find shoes that fit. That's the best part. Instead of trying to make something fit later, try shopping for your shoes at the end of the day, so they're as tight as they're gonna be. And nowadays with all the online, wow, this is stretching awesome. I mean, this is really great. It's really getting in there. I love it. And so I'm gonna go gently. I don't wanna bust this thing from the seams and now I've got a huge gluing job. We don't wanna do that. So what you're feeling for is just a little bit of tension on these straps. I don't know if you can hear that, but I could hear the fabric stretching. So there we go. I'm happy with that. And this is why I tell people it takes a long time, because I don't want to do it too much out of the gate. If you can't take and make it smaller again, you can always go bigger. Okay, so whatever you're doing, if you're just getting used to the brand or used to your shoe stretcher, just tweak it a little at a time. Try not to be in a rush. That's how you get the best results. I'm going to leave this on here for the day. I'll probably come back tomorrow and tweak it again, because she's been hiking a couple of times now and it hasn't naturally broken in for her. So anyway, I'll do that for a couple of days. So keep that in mind, how many pairs of shoes you want to get, or how many shoe stretchers you want to have. If you're going to go this route, I would probably get one that's kind of flat, so you could do a loafer. I would do one, these are pretty good because you can do a lot of tweaking with this. And I don't know, I guess I'd probably start with something like that. What else? Lengthwise, like I said, you can usually go a quarter to a half of a size based on how flexible the material is. And you can't go smaller. You can't make a shoe smaller. That's really important. So basically, like a shoe that's a flat, ballerina flat or something like that, definitely go slow, because once you've done that, that thing will keep running up. It'll keep moving up and down your heel and it won't fit. So no matter how many pads you put in it. So that's pretty much it. In the next video, we're going to talk about hammer toes, and that's where we'll get into a bit more with these and some other options. I do a lot of shoe surgery for people that just can't find a shoe to fix their really bad problem. So with the length, there's only so much you can do, but when you get into hammer toes and width and all kinds of those tricky things, sensitive feet and bunions and stuff like that, there are a lot of other solutions at at your local cobbler. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you staying tuned. And again, check out my YouTube channel, check out my website, which is teriedmonds.com. And thanks for joining me and taking your time to be with me in Hawaii. Yeah. All right, so to all of you out there, aloha means hello, goodbye, and with much love, aloha.